And you know, with some of your cars, you know, some of our corners, you probably want to do more than 80 or 90 k's anyway, without good suspension. So, but we'll just lead you around. You can have a bit of a drive. If you want to peel back into the pits and you've had enough, no problem. But we'll take you around as, you know, as long as you want to go for and enjoy it. So.
Don't tell them that, they'll be here till midnight.
We have had some people we've had to say, well, you're going to run out of fuel. So.
We've got one guy here, Daryl, he'll be the one doing lap after lap.
It's good. As soon as I said that, I thought it does.
So we can't get you doing hot laps without signing all the Motorsport Australia licensing and all that sort of stuff, which starts to become costly. So it's a cruise session for you today, something for you to enjoy, something for the memorabilia for you, some photos and that sort of stuff. And as I said, you've driven on one of the oldest tracks in Australia, so you know, it's really we're really pleased to have you here. You know, we've had some really good collections of cars over the time. Actually, the last time we did Coops at Simmons,
we did Coops at Simmons, yeah.
How many did you have there then?
31, I think.
31 was it? Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was
Sensational.
The biggest we've had at Simmons Plains in the last couple of years before COVID hit, we had 200 Monaros.
I remember that, yeah.
And actually they decided they wanted to do hot laps as well, so they licensed it up and then one barrel rolled down the back straight. So
There were two actually crashed on the way to the track drag racing up Southern Outlet.
Seven crashed from the boat to us, yeah. There was one crash 25 minutes after they got off the boat.
They don't know how to drive.
Yeah, which is really hard because as a group, when you're doing something, you're all on display. So if someone does the wrong thing, then the whole group gets the blame for it. So, you know, the tarnish of the brand, of the group, of the organiser, all hurts. So, you know, you just got to be aware. You're on show. Everybody's been looking. I've watched you on social media all week. You know, seen you bits coming and going all over the place. So it's actually really good. So Tassie is good for the roads. You know, the back roads are great. You know, even though they're twisty and windy and sometimes we, you know, potholey and that sort of stuff. But we're fortunate we've got really, really good roads here, and that's why they have Targa, and you know, we have some of the, you know, the better tours that come to Tassie. So I was just saying to John, in April, just before Easter, the weekend before Easter, we've got 600 hot rods booked to come to Simmons Plains, and they reckon there'll probably be over 700 by the time they get to that time frame. So, you know, they come to Tassie because they enjoy the roads. You know, you go through, you know, up through the lakes and stuff. You know, you can't get better roads than that. The East Coast, the West Coast. So, your machines are meant to be driven, not looked at in the garage. So, good to have them out. So,
Thank you.
Just two things I wanted to say, guys, before we start. Mr. Potter here, he's the man who's got us on the tracks before, got us on Simmons Plains. We really are indebted to him letting us on here today.
Thank you very much.
You know, this is his workplace, and you know, really, it's been so accommodating every time we've tried to get somewhere. So I just wanted to say thanks very much. Absolutely, it's so appreciated. It really is.
That's
and
fine.
the guys working here today, thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate you being here and letting us go around. And as I always say, you're not insured on the track. We don't want to be, you know, don't be the one dickhead that means we can't do this again sometime in the future, or that stops someone else from doing it. Because, just that's the big thing. We're really privileged to be able to get out here. Say, you know, if in doubt, if in doubt, don't. You know what I mean?
All by now.
I know, and look, I wouldn't bring along an idiot, and I said that, Dom. But again, we all have our moments.
The biggest issue with racetracks, because it is a racetrack, it's realistically just a road, you know. And so, but there's always something that goes switch.
The red mist.
And it's amazing how many people go, yeah, I can drive. I can drive. You know, and they've been going up the East Coast, I can drive, and they're doing 80 Ks. When you're doing 150, 160 down the back straight, and all of a sudden you realise your brakes don't turn. You know, and your cars as well, for instance, if I let you out and you did hot laps, I reckon most of your cars would last 3 laps.
Yep.
And then you're in the kitty litter or up against the tyre wall in the bottom down there. Because they won't stop.
No.
You know? There's just no way they'll turn, no way they'll stop. Brakes fade, brake lines come off. We had a race meeting over this weekend. We probably destroyed 6 cars, about 400 grand. Yeah. Over the weekend. And they're purposely built race cars. You know, so it's a lot of money, and your cars are a lot of money, so we want you to enjoy them and don't get stressed out because you might have stuck it in a tyre wall somewhere.
Oh, I'll be stressed out.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the whole point. So
Yeah.
you enjoy your cars, and we have cars from McLarens down, you know, and we have, and they do some of them, you know, some of the big cars will do hot laps and that sort of stuff. But even McLarens, they have brake fade. You know, you spend $500,000 or $600,000 on a car like that, and they do 6 or 7 laps, and then they don't stop. So you've got to be aware of that sort of stuff. But no, your cars is to be enjoyed, to get plenty of vision, to be able to go home and go, oh yeah, my car looked better than his car and that sort of stuff. Bragging rights is always good.
We don't do it, but we do want a hardtop anniversary in Tasmania at some stage.
Yep.
And all this footage and film is our ammo for when we'll put a presentation together.
Yep.
And we'll go to the Hardtop Anniversary Committee and we're going to say, right, we want an event in Tasmania, this is what we can offer you. So that's a large part of it. That's why, you know, a lot of Dean's photos and film are so valuable. They're magnificent because it really showcases what we got down here. Yeah. Sorry, Chris, you want to say a couple of things and we'll get on with it?
This is just a bit about, and I've probably just touched on the history of Baskerville, but about 25, 30 years ago, they had a Save, I don't know if you can remember that, a Save Baskerville, Miss Baskerville contest. I don't know whether, you know, like, remember that a lot of this is all voluntarily run, and there have been times when Baskerville's nearly been lost. So, you know, we've got to treasure this sort of thing as well, and got to really appreciate it for what it is. I was fortunate enough to be the guy that was leading out these fellas dressed in drag for Miss Baskerville competition, and it was bloody hilarious. And you know, sort of, and Andrew Kutz, I was staying at a good cobber of mine, was staying at his place, and he's synonymous with Baskerville as well. Everybody from everybody down here knows him. But anyway, I was escorting these girls out, and they're dolled up, and it was horrible. You know, like it was hilarious. But if you saw the way some of these guys were lipsticked up and made up, and this old hag came out, and I still don't know who it was. Spindly legs, the whole lot. And you know, like had a hag sort of a mask on, came out, and the radio compere was interviewing him on the stage, and had the quavery voice down and everything, and then, you know, sort of, what do you think about this? And had everybody in stitches, and this hag turned around to the audience, which was packed out, and just opened her legs, and there was a balloon of water there, and just went sloosh right all over this, brought the house down. But that is part of what Baskerville's about, you know, like it's the effort of people and volunteers all the way through that have made it so that it's still here today. So it was just something I thought I'd bring up.
Yeah, no, yeah, and you are correct, because
exactly right.
We've got 2 tracks in Tassie. We don't have the population that, you know, most other states do have, so it is a battle to keep 2 tracks alive. We shouldn't have 2 tracks. Because we do have, we will keep 2 tracks. So, yeah, Christian, our caretaker, is a volunteer. Well, as you said, most of our volunteers mow the grass, paint, all that sort of stuff. And there's only 1.5 employees, if you put it that in that. I've got an assistant that gives me a hand 2 or 3 days work. So for having a company like Motorsports has, we do rely on volunteers. You know, we had probably nearly 80 odd volunteers this weekend running a race meeting. You know, and without that we don't succeed. You're saying about loss of the track. The track has nearly got lost about 5 times in its 60 years. We've now secured it pretty well. It can't be built on as a housing estate. So the Baskerville Foundation has pumped about $1.1 million into this over the last 6 years. We've had the track resealed, signed the Longford Bridge. That is actually that is the Longford Bridge. That's historic. Yeah, we spent $75,000 on that just to make sure it stays there. Recently, to make sure the engineering come back up to scratch. So that's the original Longford Bridge, from the only Grand Prix track in Tasmania we'll ever have.
Oh, that's cool.
And we spent another $80,000 on the tower to make sure that stays put. The road you came in on, for instance, it was always dirt. So cars like yours coming into Baskerville had to drive on a shocking road. Hence, a lot of the show cars didn't want to come in. Now it's a thing. So we're working towards getting the property to be sustainable, and to have more of you guys come in and actually see it without actually getting, you know, stone chips and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, she's big problem with racetracks. They're a hole for money. They take all this all this sort of stuff into every time you're just sitting here by itself without you guys sitting here, it's sucking money up because it costs money to keep it going. But we're fortunate that motorsport in Tasmania is very, very buoyant, and we've got per popular, we've probably got more cars, race cars in here than most states. So sorry to my phone, I didn't trip on my size.
That's all good, mate.
But no, it was good that you brought that up. Yeah, good that you brought that up because we do battle and to keep 2 tracks alive, but we won't be letting them go. All right.
Thank you.
So what we'll do is we'll get you go out through the back gate, which then takes you right around the chute, and then we'll come over here and we'll line you up, and then you can go for a cruise. As I said, you can stay out there as long as you guys want to go before you want to go and get morning tea or wherever you're heading off to next. So
It'll be paid for.
Yeah. You should have had some small 4 cylinders. Yeah.
No.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Rip up.
Drone?
Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.